Hello, guys, and welcome to this week's Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm Paula, your host, and today I'm talking about how to get inspiration for your landscaping business. Now, it's January. Sometimes you can get that influx of feeling really inspired, and then we go back to the daily grind, and inspiration just starts to seep away. So I'm here to re-inspire you in your business and help you get re-inspired if you're feeling a bit down in now that we're in the second week of January. So if this sounds interesting to you and you want inspiration in your life, let's go to the show.
As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods. If you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show.
Hello, guys. Welcome to this week's Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm Paula, your host. How are you doing? We are now into the second week of January. How's it going? I'm always interested to hear. Please send me a DM with any thoughts on this and an update, if you will. And if I can help you with anything, I'm there. But how are you feeling inspired or motivated at the moment? I feel like we go into the new year all guns blazing. Listen to my last podcast episode for more on this, but we go in there all guns blazing, and then suddenly reality hits. We haven't got any more time just because it's January. And even now, like for me, the kids are back at school, we're back into a routine. I thought I'd have loads of time. No, time is still my biggest issue, and I'm trying to claw that back. But we can start to feel a bit down, a bit demotivated. So I want to bring this episode just building on how we can feel re-inspired for our business and how we can be inspired with our business, especially if we are on our own, a sole trader, all of that sort of malarkey. So there's various ways we can find inspiration, and a lot of it is actually free. So we have many options to give us inspiration. You could just Google inspiration for your business or inspiration for your landscaping business, and things will come up. And there's lots of things. So you've got books and blogs. Head over to TLC. We do a weekly blog talking about all different things. This actual week is about landscape business magazines and how they can help give you a bit of inspiration and edge. I mean, they can help you with industry trends, giving you some inspiration and ideas, some strategies around business. Lots of good stuff there. So check out some blogs that are of interest to you because they are short snippets, almost articles. Check out other magazines, industry magazines, business magazines, articles on the internet to give you some more inspiration and advice and strategy help. On that note, I do have a number of books that I was going to share with you that I have read over the time that I've loved and has helped me in my business. My favorite two are Manifest. So you've got Manifest 1 and 2. I'm on number 2 at the moment. But this is all about manifestation and manifesting your dream life, which is something I bang on about all the time. And it gives you strategies on how to do that. We've got systemology, which I've actually am working with a systemologist in my landscaping business to get the systems in place, but that is a good starting point as well. Other mindset ones are you are a badass. Of course, these are mindset strategies and helping you identify self-limiting beliefs, 100% all over that. Chillpreneur, if you've heard of Denise Duffield-Thomas, she's also an amazing writer of Get Rich Lucky Bitch. Again, it's about getting away from the hustle and more into embracing yourself, being a chilled entrepreneur, but also still getting results and action. Something I read when I had to change my business dramatically a few years back now, I feel like it was sooner than that, was Brad Burton. This is another way to get inspiration. I saw Brad Burton at a business event in Hampshire as a motivational speaker on the stage. He really inspired me, gave out this book. Charlotte actually won it, and then she passed it on to me to read it because I really wanted it, and it was really good. So again, motivational speakers going to events in your area and industry events and listening to the motivational speakers they have there, they really can give you a dose and a boost of inspiration for your business as well. And finally, traction. I don't know if any of you have read that. It's all about getting a grip on your business and basically helping you gain traction in your business. That's a really good one as well. They're just a few of the books I have on my bookshelf that I have read or am reading, lots more. But you can now get audiobooks, which are easier to listen to if you haven't got the time to physically sit down and read all the time. But they are super, super inspiring. As our podcasts. Now, I know I have this podcast, the Limitless Landscapers podcast, but there are multiple other podcasts out there. I tend to listen to a lot of content creators and motivational sort of speeches, I suppose. I listen to the motivational speech podcast where it's got basically words of motivation. I find it quite good in the gym. I listen to Carrie Green. She's FEA, Female Entrepreneurs Association CEO or founder. I listen to Diary of a CEO. Many of you might listen to that as well. Corey Javid, Limitless Mothers podcast. All things like that. They're really good. I highly encourage you to listen to this podcast on a regular because, again, you get that inspiration and motivation and feeling like you're not alone because other people are probably going through the same things you are. They might have alternative solutions that you can try and implement in your business, and they're just there to inspire and motivate you to carry on because sometimes you can feel a little bit like, what's the point? Off the back of that is webinars. When I was the Landscaper Circle, I used to run lots of webinars all of the time, and they were always really well attended. And it just proved to me that people want to find out more about certain subjects. They're willing and eager to learn. So if I was you, I would find some webinars. A lot of them are free. You can jump on and you can learn something that's of value to your business. Make sure it's important to you and your business, because if it's not, you won't turn up. I always think it's better to be on these live than to watch a recording because you'll never get around to watching the recording. Trust me, I have signed up to multiple webinars over the years, and if they haven't been important to me and I won't make the time. And if I haven't made the time, I never listen to the recording. So you might as well just not bother signing up. So really think about before you sign up to every webinar or subscribe to every podcast, have a think about whether this is important to you or not. On that note of webinars, I do have some exciting collaborations coming up in the pipeline, which I will be mentioning, launching, promoting on social media. And that's do follow me at the Landscapers Coach and do follow at the Limitless Landscapers podcast for more on some webinars that are in the pipeline due to come out. On that sort of topic, it's looking at online courses and programs, again, that might give you that extra bit of motivation to continue, develop your skill set, make you feel more confident in what you're doing and delivering in order to then create that motivation to make sure that you're inspired to keep on going with your business. Think about events. And like I say, there's lots of, this is the time of year for awards coming up, beginning of the year, you've got APL in March. Attending industry events and making connections and collaborations. I can't tell you how important this is for your landscaping business. And also similarly, don't ignore local events either, because like I said, I went to a local business event, listened to a motivational speaker, got the book. It just provided it really inspired me and reinvigorated me at the time for my business. So have a look at what events are going on this year and plan them in. Make the time to attend the event, to see the speakers, schedule it in. You don't have to go for the whole day. You can just go to see certain speakers and meet different people that might be of interest to you, and just go and network and learn. That is my biggest advice. And it is really important that you do this to keep yourself inspired. Think about mentors and coaches. I myself am the Landscapers Coach. I'm here to help you guys if you're starting your business or you're into the journey of your business and you're looking to grow and develop. That's what coaches and mentors are here to do. That we're here to help keep you on a roadmap to success, essentially. We're here to keep you inspired. We're here to keep you accountable so that you will actually follow up on the actions. And you can get somewhere quicker if you get on board with a coach and mentor rather than try and do it on your own for many years. And trust me, I did it for many years on my own. And it took a lot longer than if I'd just bitten the bullet in the beginning. Also, having a mentor and a coach, from my experience, I've spoken about before, I've got three for different areas of my life. By being held accountable, you actually get on and do the actions rather than if you're not held accountable, you generally will just put off things that you should be doing. But also, they do re inspire because things that you don't notice, they will, and they'll reflect back to you and highlight to you. And they can also inject a morale boost, inject that fire back into your belly to go after what you want to do in your business and in your personal life. So that is a really important part of continuing to stay inspired, even and motivated when you don't particularly feel like it. Surrounding yourself with good people is a really key point to keep inspired in your business. If you've got negative people around you, basically draining your positive energy, draining yourself, you need to upgrade those people around you. You need to think about who you're hanging around with and why you hang around with them and how they impact on your energy and your life. Similarly, your environment. If you're always in a really depressing environment, or if you feel like the office is not an inspirational place to be, make it inspiring, change the environment. It's all about doing that. When we think about inspiration, it is a feeling of enthusiasm or a sudden creative idea that will stimulate your mind to do or create something. And it often starts with a burst of insight. So you're trying to, in order to generate this feeling of inspiration and enthusiasm and creativity, you're trying to get bursts of insight from places, which is why I wanted to highlight the importance of looking around you to generate that inspiration. And it's really important that you do that on a regular. We can all get bogged down in the day-to-day life of running a business, just running life in general. But it's really important to think about how you're going to stay inspired in order for you to stay on track to your goals, in order for you to keep your energy high, in order for you to take the actions you need to do to achieve the goals you want to achieve. Now, I've just come off a call with a content creator. Really enjoyed the conversation. We're both on the same page, and it did spark a sudden creative idea and some really exciting things that are in the pipeline for us working together and collaborating. And it started with a burst of insight. We are on the same page on a number of levels with regard to marketing and content creation. And it made me suddenly, my brain started going into overdrive for how I could create some content around what we were discussing and how we could do that in a collaborative way that would help him and I get in front of more ideal clients. And it's a really exciting feeling, like that feeling to be able to do that. That was just from a call and from us being able to think about different ideas, discuss different topics. Now, that could come from just listening to a really like a podcast on a topic that you've been thinking about. And then there's a sudden insight that will spark your creativity, will get you getting a notepad out, making notes on what you need to do next for that specific problem, issue, thought, whatever it might be. But it's that feeling of enthusiasm and creativity that we want to continue to create even as we're going through our day-to-day lives. Think about all the things I've said: books, blogs, podcasts, webinars, programs, courses, events, mentors, coaches, your lifestyle changes, the people you're around, the environment you're in, and let's keep inspired going forward. It's only, well, as I'm recording, the 10th of January. Let's keep inspired for the rest of the year. I'm here. If you need a dose of inspiration, head over to @thelandscapers coach, check out the blogs, listen to the podcast, previous podcast episodes. They don't go out of date. There'll still be something in there for you that will help inspire, give you enthusiasm, spark a creative idea, get your creative juices running. So do go check some past podcasts out and go check out the blog for the Landscapers Coach. It might just help you do something inspiring or creative today. So that's it from me. Please stay inspired. Please stay motivated. Remember, this is your life. you choose how you live it. You choose how you're going to be present in it. You choose what actions you take, and you choose how it ultimately is going to pan out. So I'm going to love you and leave you and get on with my creative thought process on this collaboration that I'm working on. So lovely to see you this week. I will see you next week for another episode of the Limitless Landscapers podcast. Bye, guys.